Morning, sports fans. It's the 3rd of May. Congratulations to Ipswich football team for the promotion back into the Premiership. But back to farming. And it has been very dry the last 5 weeks. In April, we've only had 4.4 mil of rainfall. And I think 1 or 2 mil of that was actually a mist. And last night, we were promised by the forecast that we were going to get 7 or 8 mil. We got 1.3. So everything's looking a little bit stressed. It's quite worrying. But we soldier on. Thought I'd spend a few minutes just going around the farm to see what's been going on the last couple of weeks. And standing in a field of oilseed rape. This is LG Avenger. It actually holds the world record last year. And yeah, it is looking very well, coping very well with the lack of rainfall. It was in full flower probably a week, 10 days ago, so it's now just starting to pod up. You can see some of the pods starting to form and some of the petals are starting to fall off. So we've got 100 hectares of oilseed rape on the farm, and I'm very pleased with how the rape is looking at the minute. We turned the cows out about 3 weeks ago now. So cows and calves and heifers are grazing in the permanent pasture just around the farmyard. Bull is in with them, so we've got Maverick here in with them, hopefully working well. And some of the calves are looking tremendous actually, they're growing well. Let's go and have a look at some of the calves. This year the heifer calves are named beginning with Q, so we've had quite good fun trying to come up with names beginning with Q. We start with Queenie and Quackers, Quince, Quiz, you name it. Let's see if I can find 1 or 2 of them. I know that Queenie is number 25, one of the firstborn. That's Queenie. Yeah, they've got a lovely setting to be grazing in. I've got turtle doves turring over there in the wood. There's one having its breakfast off mum. So yeah, all the cows and calves are looking well and happy out on the grass. So the winter barley, LG Caravelle, has got all the awns out and some of the ears are just starting to poke through. This has had 180 kilograms of nitrogen and only had 1 fungicide to date. And we're probably going to give it a T2 at the start of this week, now that all the awns are out. So you can see, very clean, looking very well. Last year, this variety yielded 10.65 tonnes a hectare for us on the farm. And at the minute, as it looks, I'm hoping for something similar. So this is coping very well with the dry weather. Disease pressure is very low. And yeah, grain filling nicely. You can see some of the ears already out. And we've got 35 grain sites on all the ears. We've got bruisured wood there in the background. So we got the spring triticale. This was direct drilled into a cover crop on the 24th of March. It has only had 6 mil of rainfall since then, and we direct drilled it into a grazed cover crop. So the sheep, we had 1,400 lambs grazing, mob grazing the cover crops in the winter, and then we direct drilled this into the cover crop residue, or what was left of it, on the 24th. And like I say, it's only had very limited rainfall, but it's looking rather well, all things considered. I'm quite pleased with the establishment. You can see some of the stalks of the cover crop still remaining, standing up, but everything's pretty dead, and if it hadn't been grazed. And establishment's been fairly good. Ground is bone dry. You can see cracks forming. So I'm currently standing in a spring barley field, and we've got an adopt project running, part of the Innovate UK, and we're partnered with Limagrain, Niab and Thomas Todd, who's another farmer up in Northumberland. And the idea of our project is to look at establishing spring crops into cover crops, but also looking at winter wheat into a summer catch crop and adding legumes, so that we can understand what's going on nutrient wise, to see if we can decrease our fertilizer. So just a quick comparison, we've got spring barley. This is LG Aquarius in non-cover crop, and if I get down, get to see the rows, everything's come very well. And then we go into where the cover crop was, and we direct drilled it into the cover crop. Now on camera it gives you a bit of an optical illusion, because you think, well, where is it? Well, it's because of all the trash on the top. But actually, if I get down, you will see the crop is very much established and growing nicely. So we'll be following this project through to harvest. We'll be doing sap analysis and soil analysis to understand exactly what nutrients does the cover crop bring, and how we can decrease our fertilizer requirement for growing crops. In the field next to the Adopt funded project, we've got Limagrain's demo farm spring barley trials. And so we've got 7 different varieties grown into a spring cultivated scenario, but also direct drilled into sheep graze cover crop. So this variety is Mermaid. And then we go into LG Dynamo. And then beyond that, we've got LG Westminster, Aquarius and Diablo. And then on Thursday I had Heather from Limagrain and Ben Harrison from Horsch come out, and we've done some filming where we established the last 2 varieties, which is Caruso and Allegro. So on the 4th of June, the demo day, Limagrain's demo day here at Dennington Hall Farms. Please find the link. I'll put it on this clip now so that you can go to it. But yeah, we're opening the doors on the 4th of June where everybody can come along and see wheat. And we've got 13 different varieties of wheat established in 3 different techniques. We've got 6 different oilseed rape varieties. We've got 7 different spring barley varieties in 2 different scenarios here. And we've also got the whole farm to look at, where we're using Limagrain varieties in different scenarios across the farm in the rotation, following different crops. So it'll be a very useful day to understand what varieties will suit your situation. So on Friday we took delivery of 15 little piglets, and the idea behind the piglets is to create a habitat for the turtle doves. And so here we've got where the pigs were last year, and you can see it creates a very open structure that the turtle doves actually love. They love a bit of bare ground and a few plants that are seeding quite low to the ground. There's a little bit of stone and everything here. So this is what the pigs created last year, and according to the ecologists and what we know about the turtle doves, this is the perfect habitat for them. Next to woods, cover, ponds, and then they can land here and feed on some of the seeds. And finally, we'll have a little look at some wild-farmed wheat. I'd done a little video about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, where I talked about wild-farmed and what's involved in growing this crop. But it would be nice to have a quick look at it now. So we're currently grow stage 38, 39. We've got the flag leaf poking out. You can see the flag leaf there. And this crop has not had any fungicides. So this is a 6-way blend of wheat, and there's no fungicides. We just use nutrition to keep the plant healthy. And so we're doing lots of sap analysis and trying to understand exactly what the plant requires to keep it growing. But this has got good potential, and it's coping very well in the dry conditions. And we've got 40 hectares of it growing here at Fentons and Downs. So look forward to seeing what harvest brings for this crop. So I hope you've enjoyed the little video of what's going on around the farm. I hope you have a lovely bank holiday weekend. Tomorrow, the 4th of May, we're hosting the Fram College Shuffle Club. So some of the children that are involved with agriculture, wanting to learn more about it, they're going to come out on farm and do some tire kicking, look at some crops, inspect the cattle, maybe look at the pigs, and we'll finish with a little barbecue. So please like and subscribe, and until next time, take it easy.